evening, we want to put the power of truth in your hands.
Good evening, I'm Jeff Glor, and we are going to begin the broadcast tonight with
the CBS Evening News with Jeff Glor, original reporting.
Hello, I'm Michelle Griego.
I'm Kenny Choi. This is your PIXNow update. All across the country, unions for federal workers are scratching their heads, figuring out ways to help their members. Here in the Bay Area today, the Ames Federal Employees Union will be giving out checks to help with groceries, gas, and help file paperwork for emergency loans and unemployment insurance. The union says that this is a stressful time for federal workers. And it turns out that California has a large proportion of workers affected by the shutdown. Nearly 42,000 out of 800,000 nationwide. It's already been difficult, but this is the week that they will really start to feel the pinch when more and more paychecks don't come through. The Union for TSA workers, meanwhile, at the airport says that they have seen an uptick in resignations. The TSA itself disputes that and says that wait times are well within acceptable ranges, but with many slated to not get paid in the next cycle, that could change.
It's profoundly unfair and almost disrespectful to put us in the middle of this debate over border security when we have absolutely nothing to do with it.
In an hour, the NTEU, the National Treasury Employees Union, will hold a rally at San Francisco's federal building. And at noon, employees from the Environmental Protection Agency will also have a rally in front of the EPA building on Hawthorne Street in San Francisco.
Right now, President Trump is making his way to Texas as he continues to make his push to build a border wall. The president plans to visit a border patrol station and a section of the border itself during his trip. Negotiations to reopen the government remain stalled over the president's demand for more than $5 billion for the wall. Yesterday, President Trump walked out of a meeting with Democrats, calling it a waste of time. Democrats and some moderate Republicans are pushing for a deal to end the shutdown first and then continue the border security debate. The failed talks have renewed speculation the president might declare a national emergency and try to take money from the Defense Department budget to pay for the wall. Despite the shutdown, Joshua Tree National Park in Southern California will not be closing today as expected. The Desert Preserve is using park and recreation fees to pay maintenance staff. In the past weeks, lack of staff, human waste, trash, and environmental damage have caused park officials to consider closing down.
A familiar face to Bay Area voters is reportedly inching closer to a 2020 presidential run on the Democratic ticket. Or it is Kamala Harris. Senator Kamala Harris will make a final decision on or around Martin Luther King Day later this month. That's according to our political insider Phil Matier. Harris was asked about the rumors last night, and while she did not say yes, she certainly didn't shoot down all the speculation. Sources close to Senator Harris also tell KCBS Radio that the freshman senator will likely make an announcement at a campaign rally in Oakland. Before becoming a senator, Harris was the Attorney General of California and San Francisco's DA before that.
Other Bay Area headlines: a Palo Alto family became the latest victims of a dangerous prank call. A man told police he'd shot his wife and tied up his kids Tuesday night, but it was all a lie. The prank is called swatting, calling 911 to report a crime that would bring on a heavy police presence. Palo Alto police tell us the caller used an untraceable number and the same name as the man who lived at the home, who happens to be a cybersecurity Facebook executive.
This morning, we expect to get an update on construction and repairs at the temporarily closed Salesforce Transbay Transit Center. The terminal has been closed to the public for more than 3 months now. Back in September, crews discovered critical steel support beams at the facility that had cracked. Earlier this week, we also learned that operators of the structure are one step closer to shoring up the flawed beams. The repair calls for steel plates to be placed above and below the problem areas, almost like a splint on a broken bone. There's no timetable yet for the work to be completed or when the transit center might reopen.
A popular beach along the Santa Cruz coast will remain closed through at least today. Massive waves are crashing right next to the campground on Seacliff Beach, prompting the closure. Swells reached up to 20 feet yesterday, sending debris and huge logs onto the beach. The waves are expected to be just as big today.
All right, so some big waves and some sunshine at least. I love that, Mary.
Yeah, it's great to have that break from the rain. We've just had storm after storm, and this is a beautiful view with our Salesforce Tower camera looking north. You can see some sunshine out there and also areas of fog. So let's check this out for you. Down to 1/10 of a mile in San Jose, 1/4 mile in Mountain View, 3/4 of a mile at SFO right now for the visibility. 0 in Livermore, and looking at 1 mile and 4/10 in Fairfield, and 1/4 mile in Santa Rosa. As we head through the afternoon, looking at partly sunny skies, so a break today with mild temperatures. The rain returns tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, with storms also Sunday into next week. And this has been a good thing. We're now at 80 to 100% of normal for the water year. So a ridge of high pressure briefly building in today. There we go with our next storm system that arrives for tomorrow. Timing it out for you on Futurecast, partly sunny for today. Here we are at 4 p.m. and then here we go for tomorrow. You can see that rain. This is at 4 p.m. tomorrow, and then for tomorrow night at 11 p.m. you can still see that rain. Catching a break Saturday, more rain Sunday into next week. Back to you.
Mary, thank you. Well, it is like something from the Jetsons, but it's turning into reality.
Uber are planning to test flying taxis in Los Angeles in the next year. That's according to aerospace company Bell, which is partnering with the ride-sharing company. They're using hybrid electric vehicles with 6 8-foot tilting rotors that can land it anywhere. The model is being called the Bell Nexus, and the small aircraft can fit 4 passengers and a pilot, but not everyone is happy with this plan.
Technology is not there yet to mix thousands of commercial traffic, private traffic, helicopter traffic.
The air service will be price competitive with an Uber X and is expected to fly passengers as soon as 2023.
Yeah, the wave of the future. How fancy would you be to say, hey, we're going to go take our Uber Air?
It could be very beneficial for those in the East Bay, right? Instead of waiting at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza for what, 30 minutes? Just take that thing right over.
Yeah, I live in East Bay. I'll wait.
I'll try it. If we do that story, I'll try it.
Well, we are going to be back with another update at the top of the hour.
And you can always watch and listen to us on your Google Home and Amazon Echo devices.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool.